What's up? Welcome back to Taco Potato Mustang. I'm Matt. Just a quick few updates I wanted to share. So I think if you saw my last video, you know that I got the premium battery cables installed, and those have been working out great. The car's been starting with no problems, seems to be holding a charge with no problems. I still didn't get this alternator cable figured out, the alternator to starter solenoid cable. I talked with a few guys on the forums, and it seems like I need a fuse or breaker before I can run that. I can't just run it directly from the alternator to the starter solenoid, and even if I could, I'm not sure it's long enough. So I'm going to try and see what I can do as far as finding a fuse that I can put and an extra bit of the cable, and see what I can do to as far as getting that that figured out. I think. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to say is I have the Fox body on the Radwood virtual show today. If you are not familiar with Radwood, it's an 80s and 90s themed car show that I was actually hoping to participate in person in Philadelphia a few weeks ago, but obviously because of the epidemic, it got canceled. So I put some pictures up to participate in the virtual show on my Instagram. Check me out on there, Taco Potato Mustang, also on Instagram. And then, yeah. So anyways, today we're going to change the fuel filter on the Fox body. When I bought the car, the guy that I bought it from said that it needed a fuel filter. So, and I've finally got the clips that I need, and I watched a tutorial video on how to do this. So hopefully I will be able to do it with no problems and get the Fox body running a little bit more efficiently. So here we go. Car on ramps, and I got chock blocks on both front wheels because safety first. So first thing we're gonna do is disconnect the negative battery terminal. Get the wrong size. Don't mind me. I'm looking at the camera when I should be looking at the actual battery terminal. Wow, these are much tighter and more secure than the old battery cables for sure. Another perk. Somebody in our neighborhood is having a bunch of trees cut down, and I can hear the chainsaw. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the video, but that's my disclaimer for Jesus. For any background noise. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to remove this fuel pressure gauge, which is covering what's called the Schrader valve, and I'm going to let out some of the pressure on the fuel lines. Apparently, because I have a fuel pressure gauge, I have a fuel pressure adapter thing instead of a Schrader valve. I'm hoping that doesn't make a big difference or have any impact on how I'm going to proceed. but we'll see. Here is the fuel filter. Also note the heat wrap thing on the over axle pipe of the exhaust. I'm not sure if there's actually some damage to the pipe there or if it was just a precautionary thing done by a previous owner, but I'm going to eventually take a look at that. Here is the Flowmaster mufflers that provide so much audio joy, but also so much drone. Oh Lord. So here is my old fuel filter, and my new one is in the car. That took a lot less time than I expected. Pretty happy about that. Now I just need to get the battery reconnected, and maybe I'll take the car for a quick spin. So I learned that my low fuel light works. That's a good sign. So I drove the Fox body to the gas station and I got a full tank of gas and nothing exploded as far as I can tell. So thus far, the fuel filter replacement can be considered a great success. It just occurred to me that every time I talk to the phone when the microphone is attached, I keep looking at the microphone, which is on the other end of the phone from the actual camera. So if part of this video it looks like I'm looking in the wrong direction or the camera placement is bad, it's because I'm an idiot and I think that the microphone is the camera. I've now marked fuel filter off my list of shit to do on the Fox body. I got a little package in the mail today. Let's see what we got here. Some paper. Kobe. Got a little royal purple synthetic high performance power steering fluid and conditioner. I didn't realize you could get shampoo and conditioner in one. Hopefully that can help quiet down the super loud power steering pump. I got urethane front and rear spring isolators. I actually got these thinking that it would be like a smart, easy, quick fix on some of the suspension issues on the Fox, but I had picked up these sway bar end links. I was planning to install these all together at the same time, but after talking with some people on the forums and watching some videos, it seems like it might be smarter to wait until I have struts and shocks, and then maybe springs if I'm going to do lowering springs, and do everything all at the same time, and then I can get an alignment. I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but I mean, I have the parts, and eventually I can put together a pretty decent suspension for this once I get the rest of it together. Also, I got the, this is kind of a small thing, but I just wanted to give it a try. This is the Steeda stick shift handle. It's not a full short throw shifter, but it had pretty good reviews on LMR, and I wanted to see if it made any difference on the shifting on the Fox body. I mean, maybe it's a small improvement. I guess we'll see. I don't know. We'll get it installed, take it for a drive, go from there. The power steering pump, the whine, it did start to go down after. I wasn't recording, but it seemed like it started to go down a little bit in volume a few minutes after I added the royal purple fluid. I still need to take it for a spin, but I can do that after I get the shifter handle installed, and then we'll see if we notice a difference then. Looks like it's the same alignment, so it should keep the shift knob in the same general location as the stock shifter, but it'll be a little bit shorter. Maybe I'll need to reinstall the King of Beers shift knob if it's too short. We'll see. Got a 10mm wrench here. Actually seemed like the bolt was actually pretty loose. So here we have the Steeda shift stick, or whatever you want to call it, and the factory One thing to note is the Steeda is significantly lighter. There is the new shift stick. Seems sturdy enough, but we'll have to get out, take it for a ride, see how it feels. It kind of pushes the limits of the little grommet thing on the stock shift boot, so it's like a tight fit and kind of makes it look a little bit less, I don't know what the right word is, but it doesn't sit the way it should. But I don't know, maybe we can find a way to fix that or get a different shift boot. I don't know, we'll see. I'll take a big drive. I'll tell you what, I really like driving this car. It's not as fast or powerful as my 2014 Mustang, and it's definitely not fast by like 2020 standards, but oh, it's just a lot of fun. And the Steeda shifter is like, I mean, the Steeda shift stick or whatever you want to call it, it's it felt okay. I mean, I think it felt good for, I mean, being a really seemingly minimal part to the, I mean, it's not like the actual shift mechanism doesn't really create a significantly shorter throw, but it felt sturdier than I expected considering how light the piece is when you pick it up out of the box. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably stick with that for a while and you know, see how I feel. I think it's pretty good for like $35. But I do want to do something with the shift boot. Maybe try to make an adjustment to the factory one or find one that will fit a little bit better, because I love the shift knob that I have. I love like the ergonomics of that shape of this shift stick, and the you know, just driving the T5 the T5 transmission versus the MT82 that's in the 2014. It just it feels like you're so much more engaged, you feel more connected with it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but in my head it makes sense. The power steering fluid, I don't know if it really made much of a difference. Still sounds like there's a lot of whine coming from the car, and I'm pretty sure it's the power steering pump. I'm not 100% sure, but I think maybe I need to flush it completely, or maybe I need to replace it. I do have an extra power steering pump that came in a box of parts with the car when I bought it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look up and see what's involved in doing that replacement, and then versus just like flushing the current power steering pump and replacing it with some new fluid. I don't know, do some troubleshooting, see what happens. While I was working on this video, another thing came in the mail. I got some more wire wheels for my drill so that I can make some time to work on the rust on the underneath the battery tray, which if you've been following my videos, you definitely know that I'm procrastinating on doing that thing. But my plan sometime this week or on the weekend is to get the battery out, get the intake box out and try to figure out the route for the alternator cable. I'm going to use the cable that came with the kit and try to make an extra piece out of this extra cable, but I also need to do some wire wheel action on the frame, and then put the Port 15 kit to good use finally. Anyways, that's the latest for today. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos and you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm also on Instagram, Taco Potato Mustang. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.